Shri Radha Govinda Dev Ki Jai. We are back with another session of storytelling. This is the second video with the Belly of the Beast story. Yesterday, we talked about the story of Aghasura and Krishna. Aghasura was a demonic being who was sent to kill Krishna when Krishna was still just a child. And this mystical entity takes the form of an 8-mile long snake. And he waits in the road with his mouth wide open. So when Krishna and his friends come wandering along the village of Vrindavan, they see in their path this huge obstacle and they start deliberating about what it could be. Now, Krishna is on the side and he's tending his cows, but the cowherd boys start wagering some guesses. Some of them think maybe it's a cave. Some of them think that maybe it's a mountain. Some of them think, no, this really looks like a snake who's waiting here to swallow us all. And in the midst of making all of their guesses, they look at Krishna. And all of their fear and hesitation completely vanishes. They realize that every day they come upon certain problems and obstacles, and their friend saves them. Their best friend is some sort of superhero. They don't know how, they don't know where he gets his powers from, but it doesn't matter. Their friend saves them every day. And with that knowledge in their heart, they go laughingly into the mouth of this demon. Now, Krishna realizes that his friends have gone into the mouth of this demon and he wants to stop them, knowing that this is dangerous. But it's too late. Krishna realizes that there is only one thing to do, which is to go after them. So he himself then marches into the mouth of Aghasura. When he gets down into the belly of this monster, he sees that all of his friends have died. They've been killed by the toxic gas and the poisonous acid which is churning within the belly of this great demon. And although he is omniscient and all-powerful, he is overcome with a wave of sadness. And then he does something miraculous. Now, usually when Krishna saves his friends from certain doom or some calamity, he does something that will make it seem like he has superhuman strength. Or he does something that seems very, very fast. Something that his friends can explain away. Like maybe Krishna just has some superpowers. Maybe Krishna was given blessings by the gods. And that's why he's so strong and so quick and so nimble and so agile. But he doesn't do anything that would make them think that he's God. Because Krishna enjoys the relationship which is unique between him and the cowherd boys. Krishna would rather have their friendship than their worship. He would rather have them steal his lunch and then give him some of their lunch. He would rather wrestle with his friends and have them jump on him. He would rather them offer him a place to rest on their laps rather than offer him elaborate prayers and worship. But now he looks over and sees that they are seemingly lifeless. So he performs a miracle. He begins to grow in size, and he grows until finally he is obstructing the airways of this Aghasura demon, and the demon suffocates to death. After the demon has suffocated to death, Then Krishna transfers himself and his friends back outside to the beautiful, grassy, sandy pathways of Vrindavan. And then he looks at them, literally. He looks over their bodies and brings them back to life. Just the glance of Krishna has such enlivening, life-giving vitality that it is able to bring these boys back to life. And they clap and they cheer for Krishna, thinking that they've just been asleep for a little while, and Krishna doesn't tell them any different. And then they go and they take a bath and wash themselves off, and then they decorate themselves and they decorate Krishna. And then, with the faith in their hearts that their best friend has once again saved the day, they sit down to have the most amazing lunch. I bring this story up because these are incredibly scary times. Everything is frightening right now, and there are a million obstacles in our way. There are obstacles that come to us spiritually. There are obstacles that we are facing mentally and emotionally. There are obstacles that we are facing physically. And there are obstacles that we know others are facing, and sometimes we feel completely powerless. But we're not. We have the power of prayer. We have the power of faith, and it is a power that we can tap into at any moment. Anytime we decide, we can call on our best friend. And our best friend is always waiting just to save us. So the piece that I wanted to read today from Prema Mala is a meditation and a reflection and a prayer based on this story of Aghasura and the amazing lessons that can be learned from the friendship that Krishna has with his cowherd boys, who depend on him every moment. This piece is called Trust. The most amazing lesson in the story of Aghasura for me is that the cowherd boys knew without a doubt that Krishna would save them. Each day, usually just before lunchtime, a demon would enter into their midst and try to destroy Krishna and all of his friends. Krishna would then perform heroic deeds and immediately save them. Once they were saved from impending doom, they would sit down with raging appetites brought on by all the excitement and eat a full lunch together, talking animatedly about the day's activities. One of the boys uses this as evidence to boost his argument when talking about why they should walk into the mouth of the huge, man-eating snake demon. Why should they worry? Krishna was there. He had always protected them, and he would always protect them. They were absolutely, positively certain. They were so sure that they laughed while marching into the belly of the beast, literally. I look at beautiful examples like the young boys of Vrindavan, and I know that I want to cultivate faith like theirs. Faith that will make me brave enough to march into the belly of the beast of life, knowing that there is absolutely nothing that Krishna cannot save me from. The boys saw an obstacle in the road. It was an obstacle to their playtime with Krishna, and they fearlessly overcame it, knowing that it would only enhance their relationship with him. Their friend would save them, giving them something to talk about for the rest of the day. It would give them another reason to adore him more than they already did. He was their protector. He was their everything. But when will I realize that it is no different for me? There are so many obstacles that show up on the path of life, but I can choose to face them head on, knowing that I can't tackle them alone. But once I am carried through by the mercy of my divine friend, it will make my relationship with Govinda even sweeter. This is a world where there is danger at every step. The cowherd boys knew of so many calamities that Krishna saved them from each day. But they were standing face to face with an actual demon. But what if the beast is already here? What if the demon has already taken up residence in my life? But because of the great umbrella of Krishna's mercy that has sheltered me, I have been blissfully unaware. With no knowledge of the amazing miracles that my Supreme Friend has performed in my daily life, I stunt myself with the demon of my own fears, the boogeyman of my shortcomings, the beast of my own self-doubt. I wonder if my future will work out the way that I want it to. I wonder if I will be able to become the person that I have dreamt of. I wonder if all of my plans will come to fruition, when really I could and should march through those misgivings with faith, all the while thanking Krishna for saving me from the countless calamities that he hasn't even let me find out about. The vastness of these realizations brings me to my knees until my head is on the floor, touched in humble gratitude to the tiny lotus feet of my sweet deities. They are the ones who listen to my many problems every day, from the time that I wake up until the time that I go to sleep. They watch over me while I sleep, constantly soothing me with the shade of their amazing mercy. I yearn to understand that they have been guiding me every moment of every day since before I can even remember. Like those cowherd boys, we are only being sustained by the grace and life-saving mercy of our dear most friend. Somehow, every day that I realize how much Krishna has been there for me is another day that together, but mostly him, because he's God and I'm, well, little me, we conquer the belly of the beast. Just as there is danger at every step, in the same way with Govinda, there is trust at every step. There is love, commitment, and the flowers of grace softening the path of life before me. With each step forward, I say, Govinda, I trust you. Guide me, save me, and keep me forever under your shelter. My prayer is to sow the seed of devotion in the fertile ground of a grateful heart, with the knowledge that I walk in the faith of Govinda. I will say it again. I walk in the faith of Govinda. We all walk in the faith of Govinda, and we are all sheltered by the unlimited grace of Sri Govinda. I urge you to take a moment and look at your day and find a place, a moment even, where there was grace, where you could see the miracle. Even if the miracle was, today I took another breath. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. That is the grace of Govinda. Today, I took another breath. And when you find that small miracle, that moment of grace, I urge you to head down into the comments and just leave a little comment about it. Because we have power. over the obstacles that we face. And the one power that we have is the power of prayer. If you can write down the way grace has shown up for you, the way Krishna has performed a miracle for you just today, then others can read about it. We can give each other strength. We may not be able to help each other financially. We may not be able to be with each other physically, but we can give spiritual strength. I look forward to reading your comments. I look forward to seeing how Govinda has shown up for each and every one of you today, every day. I thank all of you, and I will see you again next time.